All right. We went fencing last week with an Ivy League fencing champion.
Dude, it was such a good time.
It was such a good time. And I did it in sandals. Let's just make that clear.
Poorly.
Yeah, I don't know
I'll tell
about
you
all
that.
that. It was as difficult as you would imagine it would be. Fencing, it was a lot more I don't know, like intricate than I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was just gonna be like dudes like sword fighting basically.
YUNKJunk.
I feel like all the movements were not like normal at all.
Yeah.
Like,
And the way you position yourself, you have to be at like, your whole chest kind of has to be like, I don't know, a straight line,
yeah.
which is so unnatural to like also sword fight.
Mm-hmm. Because every time like you're sword fighting, at least like kids, you're just like this.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
sword fighting. But in reality, it's like this. This is how you have to fight the whole time, which is pretty difficult. I'll tell you that.
The hardest part for me was the lunging part because my knees are not meant for lunging.
Yeah, or holding up all that weight.
Yeah, dude. And it's like every movement is like a jab forward. It's not like you can just kind of like inch your way forward. It's like a whole movement forward. And yeah, I just can't like it's all right. I feel like with fencing, if you can get really low lunging and have really long arms, it's your OP. You're destined to be a champion.
And if you're super skinny, 100%. You know, if you're
So
built like Borman, you're gonna kill it.
Yeah,
That's why he did.
And you came in last, but you know what I mean. That's
what?
Why.
Wait, did he beat you or did you beat him?
He beat me by 1 point, and he beat you by like a good amount.
I want to say I thought like the first round he like whooped you, and then the second round he won by like 1 point.
No, both rounds it was like 1 point away. We'll play back the clip.
Yeah.
God, I really hope I'm right.
Dude.
I know at least the last round I was 1 point away.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe he just had more practice, you know?
And I was doing it in sandals. Let's make that clear.
I just realized we're so dumb for not being me versus you.
Yeah.
That would have been the most fun. I probably would have gotten whooped by you. I'll say.
I'm a little more nimble and a little leaner.
You trying to tell me something?
That's all, dude. So I have the unfair advantage of being better. That's it.
Well, I really hope that we get to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't sent him like the video that like for his clips, but I really just want to fence with him again. That was a good time, and I hope that like we can make some good videos with him, and he has more videos that he needs us for. Dude, that'd be huge. Just mostly so I can 1v1 you, and we'll actually wear like regular shoes. I won't wear Crocs. You won't wear Birks. Borman's not going to be invited because he's a sweat.
He's too nimble. Dude, he also has like a squash champion friend that hopefully we'll get a little round in with him. Dude, going to college for some like random, almost like preppy sport is a power move.
Yes.
Like squash, pickleball if they have it.
Oh.
Fencing.
Yo.
Like polo if they have it.
Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Water polo maybe?
Like those rowing's a good one. Like those are niche ones. If going back, if I could do it over again, I would go for like squash or something.
Absolutely, bro. Because how many kids are like actually playing all those sports? So then one, your competition is you just have to be better than like what 2,000 kids now versus like
for basketball.
I couldn't even fathom the amount of kids that are probably playing. Yeah, that are playing.
Even if it is like 50,000, which it's probably more, but even if it's 50,000, I don't know the number for pickleball players or whatever.
Yeah.
What?
What was that?
What?
I could not say that. Probably. I could not say probably. Words are tough sometimes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You remember when I had Remember when I had to go to speech therapy?
Yeah, dude couldn't say his R's. It's all right. It slips out every once in a while too.
Yeah, when I'm really mad, which is like so bad. Because if I'm really trying to get my point across, then I start sounding like I'm from Boston.
Like I've been outside in the car for like 5 minutes. What the hell are you doing?
Like, dude, he's always taking his time. I'm out in the car right now. I'll just park it myself. Dude, we actually had a super eventful week.
Yeah.
On the night before Halloween, we went over to the art museum. Dude, don't make eye contact with me as you're like downing water.
I'm just trying to concentrate. It's honestly, it's a sign of respect. I'm just looking at you. All right. This happened.
Where is that a sign of respect?
This happened. I was also drinking. Continue.
You're just choking. You still don't lose eye contact. Just.
All right. Eventful week.
Yeah. We put a pumpkin on the Rocky statue. 2nd year in a row.
And they talked about it the night before too. They're like, oh, I wonder if this is gonna happen again.
We did it again. Dude, it was I had a good time. Dude, thanks for coming for that, by the way. Pretty delightful of you to show up.
Anything for you guys?
Oh, my name's Kevin, and I have a girlfriend and responsibilities instead of putting a giant jack-o'-lantern on a pump.
Is that what I was doing?
Statue.
Was I?
Yeah.
But it was also kind of last minute. I was like, yeah, I already have these plans. I'm not gonna lie. And it was with their family.
That's pretty fair. It's also like, who cares? It's just like a pumpkin, you know. And we've already done it. We didn't even post a video about it. Like I might, but I don't know why we would. I was mostly just there so that we could do it. I really want it to be a tradition like every year where people just put a pumpkin on the Rocky statue. Like I really hope in like 4 years we show up and someone already did it. That would be like the dream.
Yeah. I saw Santiago, or I saw No Shorts. He did like a backstory, like a fake backstory about the pumpkin. I didn't get that. Because I get if it's like, okay, every year for a few years you have to do it, or he has to do it, or we have to do it, and then a tradition will like catch on. I don't know. I feel like making a whole like fake backstory about like, so what it was the pumpkin.
Dylan, did you hear about this at all?
This is for you. All right. So he was like, all right, he made a backstory and was like, all right, in George Washington's like army, there was a dude with a pumpkin head. And over the winter, like before they're like fighting, like crossing the Washington River, or like whatever the river was called at that time, they're crossing that river.
You're talking about the Delaware River?
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah, my bad.
Bro.
It was in Washington Crossing, which is now called Washington. All right.
That's right.
Well, he was crossing. They were getting ready to cross the Delaware River, and they're about to starve. So the pumpkin soldier sacrificed himself so they could eat pumpkin pie to keep them full.
Yeah, bro, they ate one of their boys. And that's like the backstory.
Yeah. It was like, I don't know, it was weird. I feel like at minimum you would want a backstory that would be like pretty family friendly, not we ate our soldier friend who happened to be like, I don't know. The thought is there, but I think just doing it year after year for a bit, a tradition would catch on. What are your thoughts on that?
I feel like it would have been funnier if you're going to make up a fake backstory. You should like fake that this has been a tradition of putting a pumpkin on the Rocky statue forever, you know? And he might have brushed up on that, but I mean, I don't remember him talking about it. And I don't remember hearing about it in the video.
About what?
Like why people put a pumpkin on the Rocky statue.
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, he should have been like, oh, because Philly, it feels like it's been lacking like holiday or like spirit or like something, like anything like that.
Yeah, which is true.
Mm-hmm. It definitely has been lacking some mischief. I'll say that.
I don't know about like fun mischief.
Yeah. Yeah, fun mischief. I remember they used to put like jerseys and stuff on the Rocky statue. I feel like there used to be a whole bunch of messing around that used to happen in Philly.
Goofing.
Goofing around, but not really anymore. Yeah. But so this could be like, oh, so we do this every year to like revive it, or like some cool backstory that is like real.
At minimum, like I feel like it could have been better, and this is all in hindsight. All right, but at minimum, just to be like, what if you decorate the Rocky statue the day after, you will have good luck.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
That'd
So
be
if
cool.
it's like, oh, you put a pumpkin over the Rocky statue, you're now going to have good luck trick-or-treating. You know? Or if it's like, you know, the Birds are playing, you put a Birds jersey over them, so they have good luck the next day.
That's what they used to. Yeah, that's what they did.
And they've been doing it forever, so let's just continue that.
It'd be funny if one year, like later down the road, on like someone films it like how we used to, and it's like, oh, I'm putting a pumpkin on the Rocky statue, and they pull up and there's already like 2 other groups of people trying to put a pumpkin on the Rocky statue. So then it's like pumpkin Rocky wars.
Yeah, that'd be funny.
And then they eat their soldier friend.
Yeah, then they eat one of the newbies.
Yeah.
Any of the newcomers, they eat them for tradition. So like, why do you think? Obviously, his video flopped. Why do you think it flopped?
I don't know. I think
just the idea.
Well, the video last year, I think, did so well, and it is one of his like better performing videos because I don't know. I feel like we hyped it up a lot. We reached out to a bunch of news outlets to get it onto the news, and it did. And that's what the hook was. The hook was, this is how our pumpkin or how our prank got on the news.
Yeah.
Or like we accidentally got on the news, or whatever the hook was. But I feel like this time it wasn't. It was like, the hook was, we put a pumpkin on the Rocky statue again, or something like that, which is cool, but it's not nearly as intriguing. It's definitely for like new viewers who have no idea. A video about how you got on the news is cooler than doing a prank you've already done before.
Yeah, that's fair. Like we probably should up the ante a little bit. You know, put it on like a bunch of like maybe put pumpkins on different statues or like I think something different.
I think it probably should have gone like, if you are gonna go the route of like, oh, we did it again, it'd be like, we put the pumpkin on the Rocky statue again, but this time it was like, blank. We put a pumpkin over his entire body, or like,
we should have started a cult.
Yeah, or
where everyone's like wearing a jack-o'-lantern head, and we're all like praying. Whoa, we're all like praying to it. You know?
Or like do some kind of shrine or something around it, or like I don't know, anything. Or like
a pentagram.
Or try to get yourself on the news. So if he's like, this is how I got on in the news, and the first clip is him wearing a pumpkin on his head and talking about how he did it. Or like he could have gone the route of like, a mystery person is doing it, and the mystery person's identity is like in every picture he's wearing like a pumpkin like head.
Oh, that
so
then
it's like
cool.
I don't know,
like Cheeseball Man, like that.
Yeah, or like some kind of like cool like lore to stand out from like the last video. I don't know. I also am just not a huge fan of the backstory.
Yeah,
I think it could have been done a little bit better.
Seemed like he did it like kind of on. He just did like one draft of it. It sounds like also like. Sounds like he just had ChatGPT write him a story.
It did sound weird, yeah. It's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah. But it was at least a good event for us to like test out our new mics. Dude, we got like the Rode, not sponsored. Never sponsored.
Yeah, unless it's yellow 5 or red 1 through 40.
Yeah. Or today's sponsor, which I won't mention yet.
Oh, right.
So we got these Rode wireless mics. They're like the ME, and we got them like matte white because that looks sick. And we were finally able to test them out, like on like when we went fencing, and then also this, just to see like how videos will now go, not having to worry. Like the way we used to film our videos was we'd have one phone dedicated to just being the audio phone. You know, so if we're doing any interviews or something like that, we just, you know, that's why you always see us in our videos. It's one guy's always got a phone in his hand. And then we were like, you know what, that gets kind of annoying, and it also sucks. Like, let's say we film it on Borman's phone for like the audio, and then Borman leaves us for like 2 weeks straight. Then we can't upload that video ASAP. Where now there's way less fat for us to just get this video out. And the quality is crazy. They're like $200. I think totally worth it. I will find one that's cheaper and has the same quality, but for now, these are phenomenal. I still need to make that video of $1 mic versus $200 mic.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be fun.
Yeah, I think that'd be a solid video.
I mean, I would watch that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, those mics are so good. And it just the audio is so like the audio element changes so much.
Yeah.
It changes things so much for the better. Like, cause now it like sounds super professional. We don't have to worry about carrying stuff. Yeah, so we can like we were wearing them while fencing. It made the video so much better.
Yeah.
It like feels like and sounds like a real like professionally done video.
I just
for
got
the most part.
I just got some cases for them. So, because they kept dropping, and like one of the sides like already dented the hard plastic. So I was like, okay, we need to have nice like silicone cases for them, which we finally got, and I'm really excited for. Dude, I don't know how to transition this. So I have found out this week how much sodium is just like infecting all of our diets. You know, I have some sodium issues. All right. My head pulses a lot when I'm after walking up a really large hill in Manayunk. And so I found out that that's just like from sodium. And so I've just been tracking how much sodium's in my diet. I've just been tracking my whole diet, everything like that. And dude, it is crazy.
What?
Like, so I'm a decently large guy in great shape, like kind of like Ronnie Coleman, you know.
I don't know. I don't know if I would go
like
that
a
far.
little skinnier.
Okay, yeah, you go.
And so I'm supposed to have 2,300 milligrams of sodium a day. If I'm a little bit more active, it's like 2,800. And that's if I'm like really active. Dude. All right. Well, for everyone's, sake. When we're like, oh, dude, ramen noodles has so much sodium. It's really high in sodium. That is 700. All right. So I can have 3 and a little bit of that a day. All right. Dude, 2 slices of American cheese has the same as 2 slices of American cheese has the same amount of sodium as 1 pack of ramen noodles, which is insane.
Yeah. Dude, the like anti-marketing for ramen was crazy. Cause I remember that was always the thing. It was like, dude, there's so much sodium. There's an insane amount of sodium. Ramen's terrible for you.
Yeah. What about cheese?
Yeah.
Like the amount of times I used to, not anymore, would just sit there and just like take a slice of cheese and just eat it. And like eating 3 or 4 slices of cheese, I don't know if I'm just being wild here. I don't know, maybe I'm getting a little silly here. You could just slam 4 slices of cheese, no problem. And that is what, like 60% of the amount of sodium you're supposed to have in a day? Just one, like, or how you eat it, like that.
Yeah, I'm not a big cold cheese guy. I never got the hype. I can never like the cheese strips or like those like Baby Bells, whatever they're called.
Those
I never got into those.
What about cheese sticks?
No. It's like cold cheese freaks me out unless it's like now I enjoy it with like fig, like a fig jam or something.
What?
Or
Who
like
the fuck are you? I have never in my whole life heard of someone eating fig besides Fig Newtons.
Nah, cheese with like a fig jam or some kind of or some kind of jam is so good, especially when there's like a meat like a prosciutto or something.
How did you find that out? Like you had to go out of your way to buy figs.
You get it? Like if you go somewhere, if you go to like some kind of a restaurant or something and get like a cheese board, like a fig jam or something will come with it.
What?
Yeah.
I never knew this.
Uh-huh.
I've also never gone anywhere and gotten a cheese board.
Yeah.
Do they have it at Walnut? Like Walnut Garden? Not sponsored. Actually, they fired Kevin, so
No, not Walnut. No,
I don't even
Walnut.
like Walnut Garden.
They didn't fire me there.
I mean, the company that owns Walnut Garden fired you.
No, Dan fired me.
Yeah,
I yelled at Dan.
Fuck that guy.
No, they had at Harper's. They had like a cheese board.
Oh, Harper's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Screw Harper. I'm like,
no, Harper's was chill.
Yeah, no, Harper's was a vibe.
Yeah, dude. Not a big cold cheese guy unless it's with a fig jam.
So, dude, another thing I found out that has like a ton of sodium. Again, 2,300 is the max I'm supposed to have in a day.
2,300.
Okay, you got that? You writing that down?
I got it in my head.
Okay, bad. One Chipotle bowl has 3,000 milligrams of sodium. What? 3,000, bro.
Dude, there were some weeks where I would have Chipotle like 4 days a week.
I thought you were about to say a day. I'm like,
I mean, yeah, no,
twice.
a week. Yeah, like every other day, I would have Chipotle.
Yeah.
Up until like a month ago, I would have Chipotle probably every other day.
Bro, it's so there's so much sodium. Like you're hitting more than your daily limit in one meal. Which I mean, the meal's really, I will say.
Dude, and ramen has what? 700 milligrams?
Yeah.
Damn.
4 ramen noodles, bro.
Ramen's not looking too bad. I actually might make some later.
Dude, that sounds so good. Luckily, I have work later, so I can't do that, but I'm there in spirit. But I will say that if you do, like I found out that if you have like high blood pressure or you consume a lot of sodium a day, there are a lot of ways that you can off-put it and also just counteract it. A lot of it is in potassium, bro. I've been reading a ton about potassium. All right. It's apparently really good for your blood vessels. All right. So, unless actually you read it.
No. I mean, I don't know. I don't know anything about like.
Okay.
All I know is potassium, calcium, magnesium, all that like is pretty solid for you. And you're supposed to get it.
All right. So, I found out that potassium, it helps lower blood pressure by balancing the sodium levels and easing tension in your blood vessel walls. So I think my big issue was one, consuming an insane amount of sodium, but then after that, I also just wasn't eating any potassium. Apparently magnesium is also huge. So magnesium supports blood vessel relaxation and regulates the blood flow. Now, I don't really know the difference between your blood vessel. Like, well, I really have no idea what blood vessels are, and I will read into that. But these are just what the experts are saying, and by the experts, I mean ChatGPT. And then also apparently calcium is also really good for it. Calcium aids in the tightening and relaxing of the blood vessels, and you can just crank all of these out. Spinach has all of these. So it sounds like if you just have like a ton of spinach in your diet, then you're probably fine.
Yeah, dude. But the thing is, especially like, so I don't know. The more I read about like pesticides and stuff, it like isn't spinach like the number one? Like, aren't leafy greens like the number one like, what's a holder of pesticides? Like, how do I, you know what I mean, dude? I feel like I can't win. I feel like I can't win wherever I go. Like, I can only go to a farm and then pray that they don't use an insane amount of pesticides.
Dude. We're so beat. We're so fried.
No Chipotle. Yeah. No spinach.
All right. So, like, just remember that if you eat out, you're going to have really high blood pressure. Okay. So let's go and eat in. Oh, everything is covered in poison that kills bugs and I guess like a bunch of small bacteria and all that nice stuff. But let's just say organic matter. Okay. Which we are also made of. Pretty beat.
Unless that's like what you're kind of looking for, you know?
Yeah, it might take the edge off, bro. You know, you come home, dude. I'm not even just buying leafy greens anymore. I'm just getting whole just barrels of just pesticides.
Good move. There's Red 40 and pesticides mixed with a little bit of credit card.
Yeah, I'm gonna blend up a credit card and a water bottle. And then I'm going to get like just asphalt as like a rim for my garnish. And then I'm just going to pour in glyphosate.
Yeah, that's a really good move.
Yeah.
Nah, the thing is though, with the like fruits and veggies and spinach and whatever, I'm so bad. Like I do not wash any of it.
Oh,
like I'm terrible at maintaining a clean. I don't know. I feel like every time people are like, oh, make sure you wash off your fruit and your veggies and all that. Never.
Never.
If it's a potato, I'll rinse it off with water.
Just blow on it.
Yeah.
But it's also like, dude, we consume so much food. It's like absurd to imagine just cleaning all of that. It's like, bro, we eat 3,000 calories a day, maybe 4,000 calories a day, and we now have to clean off 4,000 calories of food a day.
You eat 4,000 calories a day?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be.
Dude,
How much do you eat?
I only have to clean up about 2,000 calories a day. That's probably like what I'm hitting.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I'm not hitting the 4,000, but I'm supposed to be eating 4,000. All right. So if like to the 0 people watching this, if you are concerned about like your high blood pressure, you know, you can eat leafy greens like kale and spinach, Swiss chard. I don't know what that is.
What?
Chard?
No idea.
Chard. I bet it's French. Then you can also eat a ton of nuts and seeds, especially almonds and pumpkin seeds. Great time to eat pumpkin seeds.
I love a good pumpkin seed.
Yeah, sometimes you can even just like mash it up and then just like snort
Just
it.
do a line of pumpkin seeds.
Yeah. And you're doing it for your blood pressure. You're doing it because you're healthy. You can also just like, you get a lot of that calcium in yogurt and milk, not cheese. And yogurt and milk aren't that high in sodium. It's just the cheese.
Dude, a good yogurt is solid. I've been getting into Icelandic yogurt.
Yeah.
Power move. So good.
On a hot summer day.
Yeah. Now I see that you have sardines on this list. Dude, who is still eating sardines?
I don't know. I was mostly writing it for the salmon. I've actually never had sardines.
I only know of sardines because they come in like a tin can from like World War II. Like I don't know anything about, and I've never heard about anyone eating sardines and being like, yeah, this is a great meal.
Those sardine cans are as old as time.
Yeah.
I bet they haven't fished any sardines in the past 60 years.
I bet though no microplastics because I bet at that time they weren't like lining it with plastic.
Yeah. And I also bet the plastics weren't in the oceans.
But the cans could possibly be made of lead, so it's kind of a 50-50 right there.
Dude, we're so beat. There's nothing we can do. It's like everywhere you step. It's like you can't breathe the air because there's plastic in it. But if you don't go outside, then you're going to be depressed. You know? Like you got to drink water, but if you drink it out of like plastic, you're going to die. If you drink it out of like certain brands of thermoses, then you're going to get mercury poison.
Nah, dude, definitely the move. I think the ideal living situation is out somewhere. All right? Okay. Small city or town nearby. You're just out in, could be Amish land. That would be cool. But farms around you. All the water's well water. That's probably the most ideal move. And that's probably what I'll do later down the road. It'll just be, I'll be getting everything from a farm. Hopefully my water's well water and I only have to worry about like iron deposits in there that I can just filter out.
I feel like most people's American dream, just talk about Americans, is get like 1 acre of land. I mean, a lot of people would probably like more, but minimum just 1 acre and just be fully self-sufficient. It's like you and your siblings or cousins just live on this compound. Some would say homestead because it sounds a lot nicer, and just be completely off grid. You don't need to pay for anything except for maybe Netflix. You know, like all your energy is solar energy. Like your water's well water. You know, you have like a little garden, so you don't have to worry about all these pesticides.
All right, but I'm not butchering any animals or anything, or like, you know what I mean? I don't want to deal with any of that.
Nope.
That's what I'm saying. Just having like a farm or something nearby, and like hopefully you're boys with the farmers. That'd be the move. That is the ideal living situation.
Yeah. All right. So to wrap this up, one, I would like to thank YUNKJunk for allowing us to film our podcast here and to teach us on teaching us how to produce podcasts. If you guys want to have a podcast and don't want to worry about any of the camera work, the lighting, any of the editing, all that stuff that you have to learn how to do, we do here at YUNKJunk. All you have to worry about is coming here and making a great podcast and just having a good time.
Now, if that's something you're interested, email this email right here on the screen.
It's is it Dylan at YUNKJunk.com?
Yeah.
It is DYLAN at YUNKJUNK.com.
And if you're bored and you want to text them too, here's that number. Send him some memes. We love a good meme around here.
Mm-hmm. Or just send him viruses to his email. How about that? Just write the subject, I really want to have a podcast, and just only send him links to viruses.
Yeah, you can do that right here.
Yeah. Thank you, YUNKJunk, for having us film our final podcast here.
And this podcast is also brought to you by
Brent Peterson. I know it's going to be a tough choice tomorrow for the election. Here at Ligma Ki, we say, why choose the lesser of two evils? Vote for Brent Peterson tomorrow. Brent Peterson is easily the best candidate. Here's him reciting all 27 amendments. Let's play that clip right now. Let's see either of the other candidates doing that. Do we think they'll be able to do that? No, because Brent Peterson is for the people and he's for America.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, the way to cast your vote to Brent Peterson is just draw either in blood or Sharpie or paint or whatever you want. Draw a pentagram in the back of your local Home Depot and pledge your allegiance to Brent Peterson, okay? And the way you're going to spell that is BRADLEMARTIN.
Wait, what?
And so you're going to spell that, then say his name like 3 times maybe, all right? And then we'll be seeing you guys January 19th when he is sworn in.
You just have him spell out the gym guy?
Don't worry about that.
Dude, who even is Brent Peterson?
I don't know. I just see a lot of memes about him, and I was like, this is the guy.
Does he ever talk about politics or anything? Or he just sponsors a random...
I genuinely have no idea. I've only seen clips of people being like, elect him for president. It's just him screaming.
Well, thank you for sponsoring this.
Yeah, thanks.
This Y-level podcast.
What does that mean? Y level?
I was just thinking of like A level. This
okay.
Y list. This. Thanks for sponsoring the 11th most popular podcast in the world.
Ooh rah, ooh rah. Screw Bradley Martin. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys.
Wait, is January 19th? Is January 19th like when what is that? What's
I think
that
that's
date?
when they're sworn in, no?
I don't know.
I know it's not January 6th. I'll tell you that.
I'm not sure. What was that?
That's something happened.
Our friend Cam's birthday is January 17th.
Oh, hey, yeah. Cam, you excited to do anything for your birthday? All right, but that's it. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you, Brent.
Yeah, thanks, Brent.
And YUNKJunk.
Yeah, and YUNKJunk. And Dylan. I bet.
Good stuff.
YUNKJunk!